be different. And Impala has been trying a new legend, formerly known for Kaya, and won BCX with Kaya. But now on the Munin, a little bit of a newer addition to the roster. At this point, I guess she has some tenure, but still on the newer side of the legend releases. Has that bow like Kaya does, but also has that scythe, which is something we don't get to see a whole lot of from Impala up until recently. But I expect most of the gameplay to be on this bow.
Yeah, no, the bow is just so strong from Impala. And, you know, classic fashion, you have your stringy weapon, you have your neutral weapon, and the Scythe strings, I'm excited to see what Impala can bring to the table, just because Scythe is so exciting.
Yeah. But the other weird part about this is megD is playing core. And I don't actually know the last time I could tell you that we saw core in a competitive setting. It's been that long, like literal years, I think. I could be capping, but as far as I know, like making it this far in the bracket on like main stage with a bunch of viewers watching, it's been a while because normally when we see megD, it's some form of either Katars and Sword or both of them, right? We've seen a lot of Asuri from megD, but Hammer from megD is like, what? You know, like, I don't know about the megD Hammer.
Oh, sniped.
Clearly it's not getting the job done right now, but that doesn't mean it may not later.
Yeah, Impala was just playing neutral so well that stock. I feel like megD was just waiting for a whiff, and Impala wasn't giving it to him, and now it's got all this advantage. Yeah, no weapon for megD still. Yeah, very smart. Just immediate weapon spawn. Impala went up to meet megD.
Oof, getting pummeled a little bit there by those gauntlets. Impala trying to hunt him down here. That neutralite from the scythe, such a good anti-air tool. So large. The Nair as well, also just a great tool for stringing together all kinds of things. But I mean, look at this, right? Like Impala very convincingly in the lead right now. I mean, megD's gauntlets are not bad. We've seen megD play, I think, like Val before, right? And do a really good job. But Impala just looks better.
And very patient Scythe play. You know, you see a lot of Scythe players, like, they get their hit and they're like, okay, how do I get this follow-up? Go up for the Nair, go up for the Dare. But Impala's just kind of taking the juggle. Oh, is that going to be it?
It is.
Nice. Not able to get to the other side. Impala with a 2-stock lead.
Yeah, this one's... This one's a little, let's run away from megD here. I'm really curious about like the core pick. I just don't understand. Is this something that he's been like practicing specifically for Impala because the head-to-head is so bad that he thought like maybe if I work on this core I'll be able to get something? Because right now megD doesn't look like megD to me. megD just kind of looks like Impala on the rank ladder just up against a rando. I'm really looking for like the staples of megD play.
And what sort of staples do you think he needs to bring out in order to close out this set?
Honestly, it means we got to go to game 2.
Okay.
It means we got to go to
we
game
need
2
a new
and
character.
Swap Legend. Yeah, this is not it. This is not it.
D-Light classic confirmed. Your bread and butter with Hammer. But, oh yeah, raw recovery. Let's see what Impala can do with the Scythe again.
Get pummeled here a little bit. Impala just kind of looking for any end light, maybe a down air. That side light will push over to the corner. Then you can start fishing for down lights if you want. Bounces him off the stage. And Impala is just kind of like throwing out moves at this point. He doesn't really have to do anything. He can just like mash the SIG button if he wants to, but it looks like he's looking for something a little bit more flashy maybe.
Yeah, megD is capitalizing a little. Impala getting impatient.
He's like in the dark red on barbecue. I'm sorry, you'd have to be like literal god to win this one. But maybe megD, maybe. Hold on, there might be a religion for megD here.
Oh my god. Okay,
No, one more. Yeah. Scythe never be KOing when you wanted to. But that Nair should be enough.
Oh
nope,
my
still
god.
not enough. He's a little bit too low there. There it is. Okay, Impala manages to secure game number 1 in very convincing fashion. Pretty much almost doubling the amount of damage that megD did there. Is megD going to stick with this core? Is this core like for real?
Yeah, oh, and there's the
this
diagonal.
Core's for real.
This core's for real, I guess.
Okay.
We're going back to Apocalypse, too. Yeah, I was really liking the patience from Impala, but then I liked when I heard it roll off the tongue, impatient Impala.
Ooh,
good alliteration.
Yeah, kind of.
So I hope he gets impatient again this game, just so I can say that.
No, hold on. He'll probably answer your call. We'll see. megD deciding, you know what? I'm going to stick with this core. The rock golem himself. And I'm like, all right, bro, if that's how you're trying to run it, you need to clock in. You needed to clock in yesterday because I'm not convinced. And honestly, this has nothing to do with Core's viability as a character, I should say as well. Core is actually, I still think, a really strong character. I've said it time and time again. I think Hammer is just a difficult weapon to like really excel with at the high level. But we've seen Gauntlets, and especially megD's Gauntlets, be able to cook all kinds of players. And so I'm trying to just understand the thought process here into this Munin from Impala, because he's getting dumpstered.
Okay, and yeah, no resources there, unable to make it back. And I don't know about the bow into Gauntlets matchup, but Impala's making it seem really hard. Just like this impenetrable zone, megD cannot get in and get the Gauntlet string started.
Jeez. And you can see once again Impala with the patience here. megD trying to find a way back onto the stage. Impala reacting to everything he's doing. Like, there we go, go for a Stomp Sair. And it's like, all right, you picked the Hammer Legend, you misdropped Stomp Sair, bro. Like, you know, I'm not going to lie, that one did look a little bit weirder to connect. Depending on where you get the Stomp sometimes. If you go for the Sair, there's like a little stacked hitbox on the inside of the startup that you use a lot of the time that sometimes can whiff depending on where you get the Stomp. But even despite that, megD trying to answer back here. That Sair almost enough, needs another hit, doesn't find it. Impala tries to get it, but it doesn't work.
Impala tried to get a cheeky trade there, but ultimately going down. Let's see what megD can get started on this stock with the Gauntlets. Oh, okay, Impala on the scythe.
Oh, man. And I think what makes it so rough is that megD might arguably be one, like, I don't know if he's the best, but he's in contention for one of the best players at Brawlhalla when he has a lead.
Yeah.
You know, like very similar to like Sonics or something, right? If once he gets the lead, you already know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes. But megD has not had a lead this entire set. And so it's like, what are you supposed to... It means he's forced to approach, and he's been approaching, but Impala is so good at playing patiently and being this wall. We saw it even when he played Kaya back in the day. He played such a patient, calculated Kaya, and that's the reason he won BCX. And megD cannot seem to get through this patient bow gameplay. It's also hard just to find even top-level bow experience to train yourself against, because Impala is one of the few actually playing the weapon at this level.
Yeah, look at the wall from Impala. Just these impressive end lights, D lights to catch overshoots, and like anti-airing with Sairs. It's just all Impala so far. The Nairs. Okay, megD finding an opening, but yeah, not really getting some long strings with Gauntlets. Just stray hits and another anti-air from Impala.
And he tries to go for a read there too. I feel like if I'm megD, oh wow, that weapon despawned right when megD wanted to pick it up. Now he has this hammer, and this hammer really hasn't been doing him any justice. He needs to stomp to get the KO. He could also just threaten with the dash jump down air. I think that might be enough to get Impala right now, but I don't even know if megD's thinking about the fact that hammer down air is in the kit right now. You know, there's like a level of like seasoned hammer play that like I just don't honestly think is there, but we'll see. Impala trying his absolute best here to just kind of go ahead and clear this stock. Stomp Sair, like her true neighbor. I'm like, grab the Gauntlets, bro. Please, for the love of God, grab Gauntlets. Okay, cool.
All right.
This is possible.
Yeah, no, he needs the Gauntlets for these low percents. But man, this matchup's still okay.
Ooh, wake up down
Wake up Sig. Yeah. I respect it. Impala getting a little impatient.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? Because it's like you have such a health lead here that, yeah, you can just wake up Sig.
Yep.
I mean, just press the button, right? And that's a really hard Sig to punish, too, because it leaves Munin airborne at the end of it, and she can just jump right after. And so it's like, you can't wait for her to, like, land from shooting the 3 arrows. You just, I mean, you even see in that clip, right? It's like she does the side Sig and then immediately does the weapon throw after. Like, it's like, wow, there is not a whole lot of end lag on that one, huh?
Okay, now megD is switching it up. Now we see a legend swap. But yeah, impressive showing from Impala. 600 damage.
Oof. And it's like convincing too. And megD honestly did bring it down to last stock in that second game, so I'll give him props there. But at no point did it feel close. And now we have the swap over to Jiro, and I'm curious. I feel better about the Jiro than I do the core. I don't really know much about megD's scythe, to be honest, but I do know a whole lot about megD's sword. And if megD's trying to lean into the sword a little bit and even use like rudimentary scythe, I think he could get very far. But the thing with the Jiro is he has 3 defense, right? And so if megD's already getting clapped in these neutral exchanges and we're seeing Impala get 600 damage every game, I feel very scared for megD to lock into a legend with such low defense unless he needs to make his punish game really count, because Jiro does hit like a truck.
Okay, megD immediately swapping. Whoa,
okay.
Quick swapping from megD. I also like the plat layout maybe. Can lend itself to a little more patient play. megD's taking an early lead, but Impala's on the trouble weapon, the bow.
Yeah, I mean, right, we've seen like little, if any, scythe really from Impala. He's grabbed the weapon a few times, but it has been this bow. And right, look how oppressive he is once he gets a hit. One hit, the way he follows up, even if he doesn't get the extended pressure, like, he's getting cooked up, right? His positioning is fan-freaking-tastic. Impala just looks like a better player.
Yeah, that refresh on the edge, so sick. Coming down with the down air right after the D-sig. Oh, so clean from Impala. And now megD doesn't have the lead anymore. All of a sudden, all the things that make megD great are lessened. Because Impala's going to continue to play this patient play. Really strong neutral with the bow. Anti-airing with the N lights. Overshooting with the D lights. Oh, okay. megD.
What's the answer going to be here? Are we going to throw a down SIG out? No. I mean, megD, generally not a huge SIG user as well. Kind of likes to stick to the default, light attacks of the kit. And then, maybe you get 1 or 2 SIGs a match, but definitely not someone to just kind of go ahead and press that button willy-nilly. Meanwhile, like, Impala is so confident on his ability to zone break. Yeah, it goes for a G-Light right there. Has no problem. I like the attempted read from megD there with that N-SIG. That would have led to the KO, but at this point, like, megD looking a little bit like a fish out of water. Needs a D-Light recovery there. Could have maybe gotten a gravity cancel D-Light there, but doesn't try to get that punish. But I don't know. There we go. D-Light Sayer in the corner isn't enough. Wow. He's gonna wait, and he throws away the sword back to the scythe. I don't feel great about the scythe, but to me it gives shades of like megD trying something new. It's kind of what it feels like, maybe like a tournament or two down the line, this is what I start to associate megD with. But right now, this Jiro hasn't been able to get it done.
We're getting a feature from the scythe here. Impala's doing it for the fans, saying, all right, I can do it with scythe too. I got a 3-stock lead. Okay, quick Sayer from megD.
Keep the sword, keep the sword, keep the sword, keep the sword.
And this last stock, it has been a lot for megD. Every single game, I think he started out with like mid% last stock and has managed to bring it to the last stock. So, like, something about the last stock, megD just clocks in.
Yeah, hopefully he can tap into that energy right now because he needs to hit that flow state, and Impala's not really like allowing megD to get a whole lot of unanswered hits here, right? Okay. Now we have something starting here. megD trying to cook with this Jiro still. And it's not like the first time we've seen a Jiro counterpick either. We've seen Phazon use this legend to avail in the past to try to kind of whip out in a crisis situation like this. But we'll see if megD can even bring him to last stock.
All right, Impala back on the side. Oh, good call out with the recovery.
Ooh.
Trying to get back to stage. Oh, okay, yeah. Center stage, just controlling with Sayers.
Oh my gosh, and Impala's movement is so great as well, doing these dash lands onto the platform to really accelerate his movement. megD, I don't know. It looks like all but time here before megD loses this match. I'd love to see the comeback happen here, but it is not looking very probable. megD slowing things down here, not throwing out a whole lot of attacks, trying to play as parry as he can because he doesn't have a whole lot of health to work with, but it's not working out here. I think, I was hoping you heard me say, please stick with the sword as he went to the final stock, because he could not box with Impala. Impala cleanly knocked him out.
Yeah, impressive showing from Impala. Just call out again on the movement with the approaching SIG there. Super strong, and yeah, all the Impala show there. Super strong showing from, good attempt from